Okay, so without further wait, we are starting today's session. A warm welcome and good morning to all of you, and welcome to the third day of online short-term training program on innovation and incubation of startups, paving the way for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Today we have a very eminent personality with us as a speaker, that is Professor Mritunjay sir. So he has completed his MSc from Goa University in 1999 and PhD from University of Delhi in 2003. He was a postdoctoral fellow at the Institute of Microbiology, ETH Zurich, from February 2004 to May 2007. Currently, he is serving as a professor in the School of Biotechnology of Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, a deemed to be university, and Chief Executive Officer of KIIT's Technology Business Incubator. Professor Mritunjay has founded a startup company, Enovio Biosolutions Private Limited, working on several aspects of bioengineering solutions and providing specialized services in the areas of genomics and proteomics. Adding to the social services, Professor Mritunjay has also established a Sevati Seva Sadan at a rural village, Nuagan, uh, Chikiti, district of Ganjam, Odisha. Sorry if I pronounced it wrongly. It has a 12-bed primary healthcare setup with modern diagnostic facilities, including PCR, ELISA, and other analyzers. One of his students is doing his PhD work in the setup in the areas of public health. This center promotes also science communications and capacity building as a part of outreach program. Among a few, Professor Mritunjay is the recipient of many prestigious awards and recognitions. So he is the recipient of G.P. Chatterjee Memorial Lecture Award from 2013 to 2014 from Indian Science Congress Association during Indian Science Congress at Jammu. He is the recipient of ASM Professorship Award of 2012 and visited the lab of Professor Jeff Miller, who is the ASM President, UCLA, in June 2013 for a month. He is selected as a future young technical leader of India and was invited as a speaker to Steinrein Symposium, Switzerland in September 2010. He is nominated and invited to attend the Global Entrepreneurship Leadership Symposium in the November 2009 at UC Berkeley. He is also invited as a speaker in 4th Hanseatic India Colloquium Healthcare. Among his credits, so he has 2 patents to his name and more than 125 research articles in reputed international scientific journals. He has also 2,700 citations and has H index of 25. So we have a speaker today who is who has a glorious career in the academics as well as an entrepreneur. So I welcome Professor Mritunjay to this program, and I request him to please deliver his talk.
Thank you to Kunal. I think it's a good morning to all of you, and thank you for such a nice. I also don't remember who am I, but just for your information, what I'm going to tell you today, our experience in how to promote incubation, how to promote startup companies. So without wasting much of time, let me tell you, I am from Bhubaneswar, Odisha, the capital city of Odisha, and we are doing quite good at the moment in terms of incubation and innovation. And I'm a director of School of Biotechnology. I'm a microbiologist, so I understand microbiology. I do microbiology stuff, but actually, I've been promoting company from electronics to manufacturing to process engineering. So I'll do some justice to tell you what you can do. Let me share. So going to speak to all of you for next 45 minutes on this, and all of you are requested, you can stop me anytime. Let's make it interactive one, not one-sided. And do not think this is going to be a normal lecture. I'm going to give you a perspective that what you can do today and tomorrow so that your future will be much brighter. So I'm going to speak about innovation and incubation of startups and realizing the Atmanirbhar Bharat. This will take some time, but yes, India is now doing quite good in that. Now, as I think all of you are from engineering institutions, I think you must be thinking my job is important. But you'll be surprised to know some of the students from our institutions could build up the next generation companies. And one of the company became unicorn, what we call Far Eye Technology. Students from electrical engineering making a company, and in 7 8 years the company is today 3,500 crores, started by three BTech students of KIIT University, our startup companies. I'll give you those learnings to all of you, and do not follow all of them because that's too difficult and it's not advisable, but understand your potential today and start building yourself so that in future you could pick up some of these concepts. Now I'm going to give you a very realistic one. So let's talk about the trends today, including you, including myself when I was doing my bachelor's and master's. In most of the classes, we are always marks driven people. We do not think at all. People always say, think out of the box. The Honorable Prime Minister is saying, think out of the box. Teacher says, think out of the box. Let me tell you, practical way, we are not thinking at all. The classical way of living life, that if I finish a BTech, I look for a job. Maybe I am from mechanical, I'll go to IT companies. So I'm not criticizing that, but I'm trying to ignite your minds that there are a lot of opportunity exists beyond getting a job, beyond looking for a job. Almost all of us are placement driven, except few, and they are change makers actually. Little experiential learning, we do not do much of experiments. We always short note, following kind of stuff, Google materials. These are not going to help you to build concepts. And without fundamental concepts, in long run, the enterprise, the starters, the innovations are not going to be sustainable. And many of the faculties, PhD scholars, they're doing very classical, repetitive research. In Germany, somebody was doing on X. In India, you want to again work on X. To see India, it happens, it doesn't happen. I'm not criticizing, I'm just giving you the facts, and later on you realize why I was telling like this. And mentoring, because the teachers, even your college, your institutions, they come to a class, they are serious teachers, they teach you, you do practicals, you get marks, but mentoring is something beyond teaching programs. I always urge my faculties to be mentor as well as teacher. Mentoring is a different concept because I've been mentoring now, let's say 5 6 students, and you'll be surprised, some of them are doing extremely good work beyond academics. Vision plan, what as a students of BTech or MTech or PhD, what vision plans you have? This you must ask yourself. Lacking innovations, most of us are very classical people, we follow others without having much of innovations in our skills. Many institutions, many ecosystems, there is no technology enabling concept. For example, I as a student come to my teacher with an idea. Many times I have not been encouraged because there is no technology enabling platform exists, which will take my ideas, help me, handhold me to go to next level. So my talk is going to talk about those things, that how can you build up a ecosystem which is going to enable technology development. And you at MNIT, which is such a prestigious institution, should lead in Jaipur. And most of us, including me, I was earlier very classical and non-entrepreneurial. I later on realized I'm following BSc, MSc, PhD, postdoc, professor. I thought this is not, should not be my journey. I have done it now, but can I do something beyond it? And you realize later on, as a director of biotechnology or CEO of TBI, I'm doing something different, transformational, where Odisha is now talking about it, and India is talking about it. Now, what you need in any places to address those problem statements, what I gave you, you need to build up a ecosystem which you call technology business incubator. There are many TBIs coming. We call in short form TBIs. I hope I'm audible to all of you. Good. And I hope all of you are not sleeping. I'm not boring all of you.
No, not at all.
Oh my God. So you need a very interesting, exciting, vibrant platform we call technology business incubator. There could be business incubator, which is talking about business plans and all, but I talk about innovations led, technology led, intellectual property led incubation ecosystems. And there is to be a technology enabling platform. You should have a practice of conducting hackathon, ideathon, and creating problem statement, just not to have a program, but how to support them afterwards, which is very, very important. Team building, most of us, I think all of you agree that we work always in isolations, maybe maximum with 2 persons. But I am looking for team building activities in incubation ecosystem. You'll realize later on how sitting in Bhubaneswar, how the team was built, and the whole team is driving the incubation platform here. Mentoring, please and please, in the incubation ecosystem, apart from your teachers, you should invite mentors who really guide some of the young minds, ignited minds, the bright minds to think differently and take their ideas, not just to put in the dustbin afterwards, because they will always go for a job, but can you work on those ideas with all kind of support, including financial, so that your ideas sees the light of a new product, new process, new service, and that's how you create enterprises. Believe me, do not underestimate yourself. You are studying in one of the most prestigious institutions called MNIT Jaipur. If you come out of your cocoon, start thinking differently, one of you, two of you, three of you, you will see that you become infectious. Others are going to follow you in due course of time. The brand has to be built with intellectual innovations, technology development of any institutions. Now, there has to be, institution has to be a lot of support for innovations. I am very fortunate to tell you that KIIT University, the KIIT Technology Business Incubator has got wide variety of schemes available which supports innovations from fellowships to investment that you need to create. All of us, including Dr. Kunal, you have to have knowledge of IP, regulatory, business. There are a lot of online courses coming. Please go through it, all of you. Understand this is the lockdown time. Do not think virus is going to trouble us for long. At least can you engage yourself in getting new knowledge, which is going to help most of you in due course of time. Even if you join a company, you have knowledge on IP regulatory, oh my God, your salary might double up. I have got master students join a company with 30,000 rupees per month. In 3 years, it has gone up to 1 lakh of rupees because they built up the skills on IP and regulatory, which is very, very important. And the ecosystem should be quite vibrant to translate ideas into enterprise. There is to be document, there is to be process, there is to be what you call system, a structured process to help the ideas to develop into enterprise. That's what you have been doing. I'll tell you those things. And some people, the students, when you run hackathon, ideathon, they talk about some problem statements. Sir, we have solved it. We started earning money. How much you have earned? Sir, I got 5,000. I got 1 lakh rupees. That's not scaling up, right? That's you are doing in your with your friends, your laboratory, in your locality. But if you scale up, the whole plan is going to be different. So I'll be requesting all of you, do not underestimate. God has given us a huge, server, what you call a brain. I think you can really think about a vision of scale up, which is very, very important. Now, networking and outreach is very important because don't think you are an engineer, you are a scientist. Your job is to only work in the institution, in organization, process something. I always tell everyone, including the director of institutions, the vice chancellors, must have soft skills and they should network. They should reach out to people, understand what is happening so that your problem statement will be much and much better. This is applicable to each one of you, each one of us. Now you must be, I know this is TBI is now the Honorable Prime Minister's office, everyone, Department of Science, Technology, AICT, UGC, MHRD, DBT, DST, everybody is pushing TBIs in the country. Now what is TBI and why it's so popular at the moment? Let me tell you, many of people, they didn't understand what is TBI. They think it's one more laboratory, one more institutions. No, this is a completely different ecosystem. You can be a professor, but you have to be an entrepreneurial professor. You can be a scientist, but you have to be an enterprising scientist. Each one of you must understand that translating ideas into enterprise is a different ballgame. I'm not saying scientists cannot do it. I have been, also doing science. I've been teaching, but when it comes to innovation incubation, I'm also quite aggressive. So it needs some sort of training. Now, what is a TBI? It's an ecosystem which can exist in MNIT, which can have some professors. However, the other mentors will come from outside. This is not, you cannot work in isolation. There has to be strong science. You have to believe in strong science. I'm not talking about making potato chips in Jaipur. I'm talking about something else. Science, technology-driven product development. validation of product. What you say, I have built up a new products, novel products. This is going to be a game changer. Who says? This is what Mritunjay or Kunal says. But the whole world has to say. So who validates the product? You have to understand. There are structured process for it. You should have IP support. You come to our incubation center, I've got IP people sitting here, design people sitting here, design engineers sitting here, regulatory people we outsource, market research, mentoring, business, investment, PR, branding, all sort of things. And this you never find in institutions like what I'm talking about, including MNIT, because you are born to produce students with good academic records. However, this part is missing in everywhere, including the bigger premier institutions of India. So time has changed. Pandemic time has given us a lot of wisdom now to think differently. Please, all of you, if you look for jobs, you can look at, but then today start thinking differently. And this ecosystem, which I'm talking about, TBI, it facilitates creative thinking and technology development potentials. So I think you must see, because you have bright minds coming through national level entrance examination, it's very easy to go to a branch and go to a job in IT industries, but do not forget about your core branches. Some of you, I'll show you some of the startups came from BTech MSc program. They are doing phenomenally good work. Of course, what I said, it depends champions, leaders. So authentic leadership is very, very important for TBIs if really TBIs wants to grow. Now look at who supports TBI. Why? Before I'm telling you slides, let me tell you, every institution said, eligible to apply for a TBI to many of these agencies. Plenty amount of money, and they don't give in lakhs, they live in crores of rupees. I'm happy to announce today here to all of you, KIIT TBI, which is in 1.2 lakh square feet built up area, which is next to my biotech building. And biotech, I'm a director. I talk academics, research, science. When I go to TBI, my whole body language gets changed. It talks about ROIs, how to translate, design thinking, intellectual property. So a lot of things you need to also understand. Who supports? Literally everybody supports now. DBT, Department of Biotech, Government of India, DST, Science Technical Government of India, Niti Aayog, Atal Incubation Center of Niti Aayog, MSME, TDB, DIT, MHRD, AICT. Now defense also coming. It's called IDEX Program of Defense, DRDO. I'll talk to all of you in a few minutes. So if you have interesting things for defense, please, I'll connect some of you to the defense heads, and they might help you to take it through different round of discussions. Some of my startups are really lucky in doing that, serving the Indian Army, Indian Navy, and it's a huge money you can earn all sort of it. PSUs also, they're putting up a lot of money, startup funds. CSR fund, if you know, the corporate social responsibility funding as per the Schedule 7 of Ministry of Corporate Affairs. If you built up an incubator, you can also get CSR fund. Let me tell you today, the whole KIIT TBI might have raised all money from different government agencies and private and all, not private, on the PSUs, very close to 200 crores of rupees. Can you imagine? It's an incubator, no students' fees, nothing. So everything is sustainable, it's profitable, brand building of it. Because two companies creating bigger one, two startups, bigger one, that's the big brand you make. And in the country, more than 300 TBIs are funded by different agencies, like I mentioned. However, few are working because you need champions, you need ecosystem, you need like-minded people. If that is not there, the number of TBIs will grow up in the country, but the authentic one will not grow up. I'll be requesting all of you. MNIT sees a lot of energy. When I talked to Kunalji, he was sending me several emails, so professional. It only we find in corporate. So I think you have culture, you need to scale it up. So as I said, incubators cannot be an institution just like that. It has to behave as a startup company. So I feel even today, after 10 years, our KIIT TBI also doing very good. Still, we feel this is a startup. We do mapping, like thematic areas, where to work, pipeline build up, whom to pick up, feasibility essay, and we planning for enabling ecosystem. For example, here you don't want to do vaccines. Why to do vaccines? Vaccines is in Hyderabad, in Bangalore, right? So why do you again start a vaccines, high cost, and you take 15 years of time, a lot of money you have to invest. And selecting prime movers, the people, team building, partnerships. You will see that later on, sitting in Bhubaneswar, we have built so many good partners. that in Jaipur even better, because Jaipur is very good tourist places. A lot of things can happen in Jaipur. Designing business plan, brand building, marketing, growth plan, cross-border partnership. Now today, I'm happy that KTBI as an incubator also internationally talking to US, Europe kind of organizations and doing quite good, exciting work. Now, why government funding? Because today, if you have passed BTech, during BTech, after MTech, whatever, you want to experiment something, your ideas, you want to validate. Your parents will never give money. The company where you joined will never give money. Your teachers, hardly they will give money. Institutions, forget about it. It's not sustainable, right? You cannot be parasite. Look for government funds. Today, I'm going to tell you in next few minutes, so much of money exists. Many of you can pick it up and they are more than jobs. I'll come to that. So experimenting your, validating your ideas, you need to really look for government fundings. You want to build prototypes. So it will go 1 hour. 1 hour it will go, sir. Yeah. So it is called building prototypes. So for that also you need financial support, and it is cannot be given by the private people because prototypes are not products. This is very early stage that the product. There is no business you can make out of it. So nobody is going to give you money, not even your teachers and students, your faculties. So look for government funding. Proof of concept also before the product development. Again, there you should look for government funding. Again, I'm saying India is rising. India is doing extremely good work. I'm very positive minded guy, not sitting in Delhi, sitting in Bhubaneswar. I'm telling you, I think in Jaipur, you can do wonderful job. For proof of concept, even students of BTech and MTech can get really great support from government agencies. I'll come to that. Look here, this slide you can click, or I'll send the whole PPT to Kunalji. He'll circulate among all of you. Look this, you will not find anywhere. Many of my students leverage this. They have not joined companies. Some have really built up good ones. I'll come to that later on. You want to join a company, I know you get maybe very good salary, but the fellowship exists, which gives you 30,000 rupees per month. And I know most of the IT companies, they don't pay more than this, right? Average one. The other ones I can understand big. 30, if your ideas are good, you get selected. Every year, 500 such fellowships are given to students like you, those who are listening today. 30,000 rupees per month by DST. Its scheme name is called EIR program. In this scheme, TIE 2.0 program has come. Also fellowship around 30,000 per month. BIRAC, which is the opposite of DBT, Department of Government in Department of Biotech, Government of India, is called Social Innovation Fellowship Program. Engineering students also can join. If you get selected, you get 50,000 rupees per month plus 5 lakhs rupees Kickstarter grant. What else you want? You don't have to take money from your parents, from school, from your colleges, teachers. Don't have to beg money. Government is there to support you. Go through an authentic technology business incubator. What I have listed here, KTBI is fortunate to have everything, even beyond this. So that's why I'm going to tell you what the ecosystem means. Right? Conducting a hackathon, ideathon is good, but then what is next? It cannot be a certificate and giving 5,000 rupees to a student. What is next? Again, the guy will look for a job. So we need to build up such ecosystem. Now you want to build prototypes. You have interesting ideas. You'll be very surprised. The BTech students here, could build up their prototypes, including the MSME BI grant. They get around 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs of rupees. Grant means you don't have to pay it back to the government, to anyone. It's to spend money, but don't have to buy. You cannot buy a racing bike for you. However, you can spend this money to expend, to spend on your ideas, development. Nidhi Prayas also gives around 10 lakhs of rupees. Even Tide also gives now 7 lakhs of rupees. Once you become successful from fellowships to prototypes, there are a lot of seed fund available. Startups have got 1 crore seed fund from DST, 25 lakhs from TDB. A lot of things are there. Now, seed fund means it's a soft loan. It means 5% interest. If you go to bank might ask you after so much of due diligence, 13% interest, 12%. But here it's 5% simple interest, which is very, very exciting. If you're into agricultural areas, you can look for Agri Udan scheme. Maybe nobody knows about it. You get 25 lakhs rupees of money. It's also a grant money. ETA, I'll not talk about it. For example, you are an innovator, you bring a company, your institutions, you build up a project where it's called technology readiness level. So if you have better TRLs, readiness level, apply to government can give you to build a new technology for 90% grant money. So you see, it comes in crores of rupees. The PSUs can fund interesting projects. Some of our startups, 11 of our startups got company working in agricultural waste, but getting money from oil company, working in cancer, oil companies. So it's all depends how you're pitching your thing. Under CSR scheme, PSU also again give you money. SDFC Bank has given 5 of our technology-based companies each 20 lakhs grant money. Very interesting. Spurti scheme of MSME, which is very interesting. All of you can Google, I cannot tell details about each and every scheme. Spurti scheme is a scheme in MSME, very well fit in Jaipur. You bring as institutions like MNIT, you bring a NGO who wants to build up a cluster of technology program. For example, I don't know, I want to build up a cluster of pineapple in Jaipur. Let's say if it is happening. Now in that cluster, you build a project of 3 to 4 crores, 90% money is given by MSME. You see, such a huge amount of money. KTBI is fortunate to get 16 such projects to be implemented, and 16 NGOs have been benefited technologically. We also got money. Everything is happening good. Look out, those who are very high, caliber guys sitting in from MNIT, look for IDEX program of defense. IDEX program of defense is very exciting program. If you are building something interesting, think for defense, both, Indian Air Force, Navy and all. If you are really doing good, they will, you apply, you can be called to their offices. If you get selected, you might get 2 crores of grant rupees. And if you develop it further and they're interested, they're excited, they might give you bigger, work orders also. Think, not many things are happening around you, but why to all you look for jobs in IT companies? That's what I'm trying to tell you today. Go through a authentic incubator, see that your future is going to be very, very bright. State government also coming. City cluster. Today, I'm very happy that also Bhubaneswar, KTBI is leading to build up a Bhubaneswar city cluster. Why not Jaipur cluster? I don't know who has initiated Jaipur cluster. This is given by the PMO's office. You have to involve startup companies, incubator, big companies, institutions like, your SMIT, right? MNIT, and then you can build up a cluster model, lot money, money there. Look, Boeing program. Boeing has been always telling, we really work with always IITs and IISc Bangalore. Then they came to us, they realized that KIIT also not doing great work. They said, okay, why don't we pick up KIIT? And anything you are building on aviation's unarmed, unmanned kind of thing. So there you can also work with Boeing program. It is all funded by Boeing, including Airport Authority of India and the Agni scheme of PSA office, which is the principal scientific advisor to Prime Minister. Look for all these programs, click it, Google it, start building your ideas, problem statements, build a team, and if you're working, you get selected, you get really good amount of funding support. I'm not giving you, taking much of time. Look at this slide. One agency called BIRAC of DBT Government of India, with whom I work very closely. We are one of the prominent center. Look the path here. The students, researchers, entrepreneurs, startups can start with ideas and money. In the idea, the first one called SIP program, you get 50,000 rupees per month, which I said earlier in my first slide. You build your ideas in next level, proof of concept, 50 lakhs, seed fund, 30 lakhs, lead fund, 100 lakhs, ACE fund, 7 crores. Come on, this is too much, right? All money is by the government of India, and PSU 5 crores. So just imagine, if you're a smart guy, good ideas, good team, without your money, you can really leverage these schemes. I have seen, I'm always thinking why I'm promoting so many startups, when to build my own startup in a bigger way. I have got 2 startups of my own, but I could have taken this advantage. Please come out of your comfort zone, look for all these, which you don't know probably today. Today, start understanding. In next 6 months, you might get one of the schemes here. What TBIs are built? TBIs are built to take your ideas from ideation stage with a simple seedling to help you to make, you a tree, or it's a big one, huge one. For that, the funding programs exist which supports from ideas to enterprise. Government, CSR fund, PSUs fund. So money, just forget about it. Money in the country is not a problem. Maybe you don't know where to get it. Maybe you don't know how to get it. Maybe you don't know how to package it. So those skills you need to build up. So sitting in Bhubaneswar, I'm giving such very upfront statement because I'm not in Delhi, still in Bhubaneswar. Government is so generous. They see when there is something happening good, they really come out. And Jaipur is in the scanner of government. If you really want to do something good in Jaipur, please come forward. Be the first mover in Jaipur. Who else? These people will come again later on. They're not going to come in the proof of concept. Angels, VCs, manufacturing fund, NAB Ventures, this is by the NABARD Bank Ventures, SIDBI Ventures, IP filing reimbursement. Students tells me, sir, I am filing IP. It is costly how to reimburse. Please talk to NRDC, National Research Development Corporation. Their job is to freely file your patent. Everything belongs to you. You want, I'll connect your heads to the CMD, the MD of the NRDC or somebody from the NRDC. Everything is freely available. They will file for you. You are the owner, nothing else. A lot of subsidies also available for you. For me, you really want to build up entrepreneurship. This is not preparing for placement. This is a culture. This is a mindset. This is a mission. This is a process. And I feel if you want to be an entrepreneur, you might face challenges, but you might look for opportunities. Jaipur, I have been there place several times and in several different conferences and all. Beautiful place with beautiful culture and great people. All of you must be great people. Multicultural, tourism destinations, national, international, well connected, customer pool, knowledge bank, less competitive, and brand of Jaipur is big. Don't underestimate. Brand of Jaipur is very, very big. What is missing? Probably you need understood what I'm trying to hint. I'll not give you the answer. What is missing? You understood my earlier slides. So look now, the pandemic is going on. Challenges are there. Everybody's talking. You are talking. I'm talking. We found an opportunity. We found that let us establish a molecular diagnostic lab for COVID-19 testing because that's what I needed at the moment in the country. Everybody is complaining. Government, so we see our strength is called mapping. We have strong biotech human resource, experience in safety level. We have in-house companies doing diagnostics, manufacturers onboarded. We understand scale and also we have space. Everything we understood there, how to build it up. Planning, we did how to test 2,000 per day. The biggest laboratory in India at the moment, I can tell you. We did all these things, built up the space in 15 days during lockdown shutdown time. And you'll be very happy that today, 40,000 plus tests we have done in our incubator. Is the only incubator in the country doing COVID-19 testing with government of Odisha. 45 people hired, see, employment, because they were depressed. There's no jobs. They all hired 35,000 rupees per month. Some of the scientists hired 1 lakh rupees per month. Connection developed with the government, health department, MSME. They're not asking us earlier, right? Now, COVID time, it builds the team now. With the secretary, chief secretary, 7 startups got engaged. They got funding also. In 2 months, we got 6.5 crore transactions with government of Odisha. Can you imagine? People are saying there is no money, nothing, things are happening here. You need to build your strategies. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm a professor, but at this juncture, I am an entrepreneurial professor. 5 startups engaged in COVID testing matter. All of them are growing. This should be the mindset and culture. Any challenges come, startups, innovators, entrepreneurial professor, enterprising scientists, they should think how to build the opportunity out of it. This should be the mindset and culture. With this, let me give you a couple of examples. I think I've got still some more time. Example is Edgerex, very young guy. He's going to speak to you maybe tomorrow. Edgerex is a company who develops and manufactures highly advanced medical devices. He picks up technology from scientists' laboratory. He knows scientists can go up to some level, then they'll forget, right? Because they'll publish paper, file patent, they're happy, they got promotion. Now he picks up from there, starts building it. So what problem statement he found? One of the biggest challenge with COVID-19 is that we do not have enough capacity in India to test our huge population by the so-called RT-PCR, which is the gold standard method. So what he said, you go to a shopping mall, go to train station, railway and all, you find somebody scanning your head, forehead with a thermal scanner. Does it tell you anything? Nothing. because temperature is not always, the sign of COVID. Now he said, what are the signs? Cough, shortness in breath, bilirubin, which is the outcome of the gastrointestinal disorders. He picked up those stuff and developed a device in our own fabrication facility, design facility. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to build up thing. Problems not in build, he got money to build it up. Where to design? You have to come to Fab Lab. Who is there? Design engineer is there. This is called ecosystem. It cannot be done by only theoretical textbook teaching. So he built up EG Check, which is a non-invasive, contactless, portable device which can measure temperature, anemia, liver, lungs problem within 5 seconds. You know what the cost of this test? 10 paisa, nothing. There is no consumables. People can screen this. He's built it now. The trial is going on, and it's really so. Let him speak about you tomorrow. Very exciting journey. You'll appreciate that. He is now reaching out to hospitals, private clinics, everywhere he's going out. Look, this is a scientist who was a PhD. He could have gone for a job. He realized that the loss of healthcare staff due to COVID-19. I'm giving an example. This might excite some of your young minds. He says the loss of frontline warriors, always headline comes. So he found some learning from the challenges. He said, look at the current sample, how people are collecting from the COVID patients. Open air. मान लो बंदा छींक देगा, it might infect the other ones, right? Because PPE kit is not available everywhere, every part of the country. So he built up very interesting mask called NT mask. Very simple innovations, not very high technology, which reduces the healthcare professionals, associated transmissions. Because PPE kit is expensive, this costs you 30 rupees. So basically the patient comes, this is now sold in hot cake. Everybody's buying this one and certified by everyone. So quality control, certification, regulatory, everything has to be the part of the startup journey. This guy is not doing good, built up this kind of thing and is selling it in the market. Look, a PhD guy was into robotics, now changed his strategy for COVID-19, a different business plan. This is called flexibility. People say focus is important, but his focus was how to build up. Now, let me tell you about what, because I have given several informations to you, how do you get fellowships, how can build up startups, how can you get funding, mentoring and all. Now, let me tell you, I come from institutions called Technology Business Incubator of KIIT, which is one slide will tell you everything. 2007, I came back from Switzerland where I learned what a TBI means. I spoke to people here, hardly anybody understood what a TBI. Anyway, that is what always interesting. If no people understand, that's a good for you, not much of trouble. So 2009, we approached Government of India, DST, and government said, Mritunjay, Odia people are very lazy. They are not enterprising. So this was the chairman's comment. That was very interesting for me. I said, there's the challenge. I think let's build the opportunity. I said, sir, there are some mutant exist. There are some other people exist. They might think differently. Just bless me with a funding. You see the whole path, 2009, 2020. We are now almost every government agencies and all, they have confidence in us, given money, all ministries, no one is left now. We also got the Center of Excellence by DST Government of India, huge support in digital health platform and precision agriculture. So I'm not trying to boost upon it, but I'm just telling you, sitting in Bhubaneswar, if you could do it, why not in MNIT? I'm writing this journey that's called Existence to Excellence, which is a true journey of a incubator, which was not existing in 2009, started. Today is one of the largest incubator in the country, 1.2 lakh square feet built up area, more than 200 plus companies promoted. So this is what a very rewarding journey. I'm really enjoying to speak to all of you talking about the journey. See, this is a lady who came and who was developed. He was a scientist. We helped her. Now she's from Odisha. Now today she has moved to Ireland. Look, ideas makes a difference. But if that idea she would have kept within her brain, it's just a dustbin, right? So she could work on the ideas. We gave 50 lakhs first, then got $100,000, then 15,000, then 250,000. The money is now coming. So she has got several awards, including the top innovator award from the President of India. So trying to tell you that Do not keep your ideas to yourself only. If somebody is going to steal my ideas, let me tell you, plenty of ideas available. If you know how to steal it, that's a great job you have done. And if you can implement it, oh my, the greatest job you have done. If you can build something out of it, oh my God, the job you have done for your life. Please think like this, very generous thinking. She's a lady who came just after PhD. We gave her a fellowship, like I told you, scholarship fellowship. Look, she is developing something for the premature babies. Look what she has got money. 50 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 1.919 crore, 1 crore, 30 lakhs. Look in 3 years, to 15 to 2020, how much growth she has got, an individual. Now she has built her team. This is called power of ideas. So these companies were built with one person, proof of concept, it happened, trials, money came into picture, team expands, they're doing better and better. This money cannot be taken from your family unless until your family is quite rich, they want to give away a lot of money to you. But these guys are highly creative guys, innovative people, they want to do something for the society. Same time, they want to earn money also. This is the exciting story. Too much of content they have, I'm not able to put everything in one slide. The first startup company of KIIT. I think this is the biggest story we have so far. 2013, the company was formed called FAR-I. It's a brand product. The company name called Robotic Waste Private Limited. 3 students of School of Electrical Engineering comes to us where we had very early stage incubator. Look today, they've raised almost close to 450 crores of rupees. They own the Oscar in logistics. It's a logistic management company, very AI driven company, which is your language. And you Amazon, Flipkart, Deutsche Post, German Post, everybody is their client. And they have really raised a lot of money. Next round, they might raise 1,000 crores rupees. 400 plus employees, 3,000 crores plus, company valuation. What else you want? They were the same student who got job in Infosys. They didn't join. They started in an incubator. Initially, we primed, give them some money from MSME, then TDB. You know how much money we made? We had put X amount of money, we got back 16.2X. So you have to understand, everybody is growing in the ecosystem. It's not TBH only giving. They also get money from some of the startups. It's an interesting journey. Please read about FAR-I. You'll learn a lot of things. How a BTech student could bring such kind of interesting stuff. And today they are quite big ones. This is a very interesting student, Rahul Chatterjee, also going to speak to you maybe tomorrow. So he was a topper of the batch, and he went to Switzerland and Japan, came back, and he was doing something master's project work. They're reaching out to all hostels, like you have hostels. In hostel, और बहुत तलते हैं oil को, and that is not good for your health. 5 बार समोसे बनाएंगे, पापड़ बनाएंगे, कुछ भी फ्राई करेंगे. It becomes really dark black. That is highly toxic for your blood, body. So he went to 25 of our hostels in a project work and told the management, sir, these 5 are not doing good. Their oil is highly toxic. So management realized, oh, this is very interesting. Then he built up a conversion process to take this spent oil, the black oil, to biodiesel. And that's how he put this biodiesel in the university ecosystem. We have a tribal organization called KISS, which is nurturing 30,000 tribal children. In their canteen, the diesel vatti is fired by the biodiesel of what he makes it. This is called the power of little ideas. Now, he never stopped afterwards. He said, sir, I want to build up something, building one enzyme which is going to make safer food. The bread you eat, it has got a toxic compound called acrylamide. He's a chemist, you might understand acrylamide. This is toxic compound. He was featured in Economic Times. He made a lot of noise. Then he said, I'm coming up with one enzyme which is detoxifying acrylamide. So they have got a manufacturing plant here, and now they're making around 3 crores turnover company. But just imagine, master student, how much salary you would have got now? 50,000 rupees per month. 3 crores turnover. Now they're in a process of scale up. And he was working with a faculty, Bisakha Raina, who is a mentor. This is called important. A mentoring, the laboratories open up, they are discussing problem statement. That's how you have to build up your ideas into enterprise. That's what KIIT has been doing it. And I think, MNIT should come into this kind of picture. So in snapshot, as how incubator can be, look at now today's School of Biotech, what I'm heading. I've got 35 faculties. In incubator, I've got 37 full-time people. I'm hiring 25 more now. Just imagine, institutions is getting smaller, incubator is getting bigger. This all can happen with a teamwork. 200 plus, I think, I don't know, this is 256 companies you have supported so far. 79 companies, they moved out because they become matured, and most of also them were dead in the sense they couldn't pick up after some years. That's the process, that's the normal thing, because 10% is the maximum success people talk about. And these 79 companies which moved out, including the failure one, they raised with 219 crores valuation, which is very interesting, because that is the interesting, you are creating wealth for yourself and you are hiring people. Out of these, 10 startups had got revenue of more than 2 crores. So this is quite exciting graph. Initially, we are not doing good. Now we are really jumping up. 29 startups have raised 445 crores, which is very exciting, because raising investment fund is interesting in incubation ecosystem. Getting government grant is good. Investment money is very, very difficult. 29 startups have raised 445 crores. We have 70 plus mentors engaged. They are not classical professors. They teach different kind of mentorship areas, from business to IP to technical design and all. We have got 35 plus crore total corpus for the incubators. As an incubator, if I find somebody interesting, we can really give them some money, a fellowship, a prototyping grant, a seed funding. So those we have around 35 crores. It means this is called how do you build your corpus to support startups. More than 70 patents have been generated. Look, a university is getting name also for this. It's not only startup innovations, patents, all also, KIIT TBI name is mentioned. You can always show them in anywhere. In NIF ranking, in your NAC accreditation, NBA accreditation, everywhere. Look the multifold benefits you get in future. Do not think from only innovation perspective. 45 women have been supported. These are important. You can tell people this is what we have been doing. And there are 55 companies, they have got national, international level awards, which are prestigious award. The IIGP awards, you get around 25 lakhs rupees. 7 of our startup got it, which is quite unusual. Very, very interesting. What we do in an incubator, we handhold a ignited mind, a mind with good intention, with a good idea, from ideas to the market. For that, you have got different processes, and we handhold at every stage. If you release them, if you don't handhold them in any one of these things, I think they might fall down. That's why two authentic incubators should have built an ecosystem which supports, which handles the innovators at every stage of development, from ideas to market. So that's what I need to do it. And for that, not only finances is important, the right mentoring, the right validation, the right connectivity is very, very important. So I think you should look into this kind of concepts. The support what we give technology and idea validations, which is very important. Product development, you can go to a laboratory, you can see a big facility, 3,000 square feet of fab laboratory. You can go, networking, mentoring, a lot many people coming here, investors, people from IITs, people from other institutions coming. You can really talk to them. You'll get right mentors. Funding assistance, we are known for it. Market connect, you'll be very happy that some of our startup got the first client through our connects, because your brand is big. We help our startup to get the first, the client. And in one of the company called Karma Technology, the first business he got 37 lakhs. The second business he got 1.4 crores. Just imagine a small startup not having anything and getting such kind of support, first client. Happen in incubator. Market connect, IP, legal, tech transfer activities. Now you'll be very happy. In the incubator, we are putting up a technology transfer office. This is a generous funding from World Bank. We'll see that a lot of things will happen here. And our total incubation area is 1.2 lakh square feet. And that's how we are going to, we have now 78 companies. We want to scale it up now to 100 plus companies in future. We have different verticals. Digital fabrication laboratory, you can design electronics, heavy setting. You can really build prototypes, products level also. We have biotech also. We have digital health platform. Many of you can take advantage of it. You can apply for EIR fellowship, Prayas fellowship. Food technology, also we have coming up. Things are all happening around you. You have to only find out where to go. Look at now. So because we did something good in eastern part of India, the person who was saying Odia people are lazy, they will not be enterprising. The same agency is saying, why don't you reach out to other eastern part of India, northeast part of India? You'll be very happy that thanks to the BIRAC who established a regional center in our incubator to help other institutions in northeast and east. We are now setting up 10 new incubators for them in the eastern part of India and northeast part of India. Boeing is helping, TIDE, the Ministry of Electronics is helping. We have Women Program by the Wing Program by the Invest India, Climate Launchpad, Oil and Gas. You see, money is not a problem. Just I'm trying to tell you. Please, students, faculties, those who are listening to me, money is not a problem. It's all about your ignited mind. It's all about your good intention, good problem statements. It's a process to build up. You see, so many partners. Now you tell me where the placement will be a problem. I know out of 100, only 2, 3 will go for innovation entrepreneurship. The rest 97 will be hired by these guys. Once you built up ecosystem partners, they are always coming to you. They all pick up our students. Just imagine in School of Biotech, no placement cell because these are the guys placing our students, startup placing our student. We do not have any placement cell. Once you do good work, you've been always appreciated by people. So honorable president, my startups getting award. We became the best TB of the country award we got. So a lot of things are happening. The same startup was in a remote village, did something good, got supported in getting award in, somewhere in Philippines, somewhere in Israel. One student from NIT Rourkela, I forgot to mention that, Sabir Hussain, and he ventured into, we spotted him in NIT Rourkela. We were running a program, Ideathon. We found he's an interesting guy. We gave him first prototyping grant money, 7 lakhs. He built the fastest blood clotting reagent with a materials technology. Now, very good. Now he has to build a team of clinicians, doctors, medical guys, biomedical people and all. So that's what we built up for him. Now he got 50 lakhs of rupees. Then he went to Israel through accelerator program. Now we are introduced him to the defense IDEX program. So defense said every year they are buying 1,400 crores product from international agencies as blood clotting reagent, which is the fastest one. And this one is much better than this. So he's now validating those in different laboratory and international. So let's say if he's successful, he might get 100 crores rupees business, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot sit idle at home. If you really want to do a job, that's different. If you really want to be an entrepreneur, you have to be swimming all the time, driving all the time, working all the time, thinking all the time, and reach out to people, network with people. Things are all going to come to you because the very few people think like this. Others are followers. I feel the startups, the innovators should be trendsetters. The others will follow. I believe in that concept. I think I'm not going to bore you for more time because morning time, I think, gave you a lot of wisdom. If you are able to digest them properly and sequentially, and I'm not, telling you all of you become entrepreneur. Can your thought process will be entrepreneur? You may not be creating enterprise, but can you think in this direction? Wherever you go, even your company or you start your own thing, think entrepreneurial way. I think future will be much and much bright. So what I'm speaking today, not as a Mritunjay, is from my team. I tell they are my enablers. It's all happening because of teamwork. And I always, this is our one building. We have got one more building like this. Very interesting incubation center. So many people will have now 60 people in next month in the incubation center, the largest one in the country. And thus we could build in Bhubaneswar with all blessings from everyone, well-wishers. Government is so generous. So I'll be requesting all of you that be a part of Innovative India. Enough has been said, enough has been done in, joining IT companies. People like you break this mindset and said MNIT will be a champion in part of Innovative India. Create something. And then only this Atmanirbhar Bharat slogan will be a real meaningful afterwards. With this, I thank all of you for patient listening to me. I'm sure some of you might have slept, which I used to do during my college
No,
time.
sir, not at all. Not at all.
I don't, you don't know it's a web platform. But if you are excited, you want to ask me a couple of questions, I'll be happy to take them up and guide you through this. No money charged to you. Anyone writes to from MNIT through Kunalji to us. I think my team will be happy to assist you from funding to whatever you want to know from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I open this session for question answers. So if any of the participant has any queries, any questions to ask to Professor Mritunjay sir, then please write it down into the chat box. We will wait for a minute so that the participants will ask the questions or queries. Yeah, Dr. Talla has asked, what is the sustainable startup?
So why don't you ask those people to introduce and then start? That will be better actually, right? If it's not a problem, Kunalji.
Sir, we have an open chat section where I can see only the names of the participants. So
Okay.
there won't be because there are almost 75 plus participants are there.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Yes. Tell
And
me.
sorry, and that too from Jammu and Kashmir to Kerala and ranging from Maharashtra to Assam.
Oh
So
wow, great, great.
yeah,
I hope they liked it. They have to tell me. I hope they liked it. It was
yes sir,
not
yes sir.
boring. It's not too much.
No sir, not at all.
So what are the question?
What is sustainable startup?
Oh, good. See, sustainable startup means see today you are starting something, and you are very early stage. You got some money because your idea was good. You got some award, 50,000 rupees, right? So you cannot do anything. You can do little. It will be spent in your parties, right? That I got what award. Now you got a let's say EIR fellowship, which I said you got some prototyping grant. You built on your proof of concept. It means what's the idea you have, you could prove it, it is going to work out. Now the next journey starts with building the real product. It needs the thoughtful design, manufacturing, scale up. It's an expensive proposition. For that, you might get some more money from government and private investment. Now you are running everything with others' money now, right? So it's not sustainable. You are a parasitic model. You are a parasite. Now time will come, you start selling. It's in the market, growing up. You paid back all your debt, right? And then now you're off your own. Like today, what I'm saying that for scale up, people are raising a lot of money. This is important. But at the same time, if they are raising up, they should also grow in the business, in commercials. So if that is happening parallelly, that you are growing, getting more money for investment and growing parallelly bigger than what you're investing, that's called sustainability. So if you are not stopping getting investment, however, you're also growing in your commercials. So then it's fine. But if you keep on investing money without getting, you know, commercials out of it, I think that is not sustainable. Many people have done this and they have failed, and that you should not do it. That's called sustainable. It means profitable. You pay back all thing, and then you also, yeah, you're getting all your money. That's the sustainability.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is from Mr. Vaibhav Jain. So he has asked, they have a startup. They started a startup, and how can we connect with you? And we are facing from money end, and we are also looking for COVID-related things.
Oh, very good. So I think you Google. You must have Google now, which Mritunjay. Google, you will find all my connects. Or ask to Kunal, and
Yes,
you'll
I will share your
do
details
that.
with you.
And then for all of you who are listening, there's a new call which is now open called BIG, which I said, Biotechnology Ignition Grant. Even if you're an engineer, anyone developing something for agriculture, healthcare, food, technology driven, intellectual property means patent driven technology, and you want to create something, you are all eligible to apply. The last date is 15th of September. You have enough time. If you want, send me an email. My team is going to help you, mentor you to write a good proposal. Can you help? Even Kunalji from institutions, faculties, scholars can write this proposal. If they get 50 lakhs of rupees, which is interesting one called Biotech Ignition Grant. Once they get grant, they become infected. They become tiger. Means they have tested the blood. Now they cannot withdraw. They'll go to bigger and bigger levels. So the testing, getting the kick is more important, right? So I think that's what I thought today. I will give you some priming session, which might give you a little kick, but this kick has to continue to see that you are writing something which is interesting, you're really doing hard work and talking to people, reaching out to people. The mission is, let me get it first. So as you said, you can write to us. There are a lot of schemes available beyond what I mentioned also. We'll help you to bring the best fitment for you. Thank you.
Thank you. So next question is from Mr. Amritesh Kumar. So being a faculty in NIT, can he start up his own startup?
Oh, yes, yes. Yes, NIT Rourkela has got startup. They've been there. IIT Bhubaneswar startups. IIT Bombay has got own startups. So I think I'll send you. There is somebody from IIT Jodhpur wrote to me. IIT then Bhopal wrote to me that, sir, there's some problem. I send them the policies of other IITs and all. So I think there's no problem. Talk to your leaders. They cannot say no. Even I can tell you, if the director is not there, and even you can start the company in somebody else's name, right? So I think nobody can stop you, to be very honest. I have realized that I can only stop myself. I can only, start myself. आपको पता
So
है कि नहीं?
continuing, yeah.
सुल्तान मूवी में क्या बोला था? Only सुल्तान ही सुल्तान को हरा सकता है. तो सेम चीज, आप ही आपको रोक सकते हैं. So please build strategies how to start it.
Yes, very well said. So continuing his question, do you have some startups going on in the area of power electronics or electric vehicles? So the same faculty has asked.
Yeah, we had, but then this is a very interesting proposition. But in terms of the companies that are coming into picture, in terms of scalability business, the bigger companies are into there, so they might be picked up by this. We had, but they are more like students into projects. They have been driving 7-8 vehicles now in the universities, moving around, but we have never taken them for our startup. However, if you have a very exciting one, very less battery, in slick battery concept, more driving wala jo power concept, we'll be happy to take you up and connect to the Snyder company also. We are well connected to those guys. We'll be happy to assist you.
Okay. On the same line, I'm not able to see the participant's name, but he has asked how one can start a startup when one is in government job. So I think the person is, I guess, in state government and not the central government. So I guess the same.
The name of your wife. The
Delhi.
name of your wife, the name of your daughter, the name of your son. You are not there, but I hope you trust them. So, right?
So they can start on others' name.
Yeah. I told you, there are all means and ways to start it. Whether government has said that your wife cannot start a company, I don't think so.
Yeah. So Mr. Bhal Singh has asked if someone approaches incubation center, having experience is mandatory or fresher can also apply?
Oh, we love freshers. Because fresh minds are coachable. Right?
Yes.
We never ignore experienced one, but fresh minds are coachable. You'll be happy that Rahul Chatterjee I spoke about. One more guy, Shruti Misra, electrical engineering guy, now sitting in Ghana. He is building the Himax lighting for industrial, the mining industries. So he's in Ghana. He locked down 4 months. He's still sitting in Ghana. So I was just talking to him on Facebook, WhatsApp yesterday. I said, "What is happening?" He said, "Sir, I am locked down here." I said, "I hope you're all surviving." Yes, sir, surviving. Is less business, but yes, it's going on. So what I'm trying to tell you is that, what are the question? I forgot.
Yeah, so that was having experience is mandatory to approach any incubation center or fresher.
Right. So these guys were very, very early stage, crude stage. They were molded, they were coachable properly. They're listening, they did it. Now some people come with experienced mind, very focused, they'll not change. So they are a problem because they are not coachable people. However, some experienced guy, they are also flexible. So think about, so I think all of us are welcome to this. Once you start talking to the real implementing people, the prime movers, I think you will understand, you will feel the taste of incubation. Once you come to an incubator, your mind will change because it's highly vibrant, design happening, this laser cutting happening, people are new products, prototypes is displayed, a robot is moving there, I have a health platform where you go and screen your body health. These are not found in institutions.
Thank you, sir. So next question is from Shri Sandeep Dhamleji. So does a startup have any scope in other sectors like arts, sculptures, and general business ideas and multi-skilled works, etc.?
Yeah, go to MSME, a very good one. So I'm not saying all of you should do technology, because I cannot push everything. You can also go to social enterprises. If you are saying, I want to bring engineering things into art and design, could be interesting. So for example, 3D arts you make out of a very simple tools you make could be international value. Think about it. Talk to the peers in your area, or somebody who knows about it. I think it will be very, very good. So there is no boundaries now today, to be honest. I can go to make bread, I can make it. I can go to, handicrafts, I can make it modern technology implementation. This could be interesting also. So this is what I think.
Okay, thank you. Shri Rohan Gadveji has asked, so are there any opportunities for sponsorship for a social startup for uplifting of rural artisans?
Oh, we have one company which is in that sector, but so he got a special support through the Technology Development Board, and that's called from the UK agencies, DFID, and that's also in Jaipur, I think. That guy, Startup Voices in Jaipur, right? Startup Voices. So there are other schemes also available. You can approach, but yes, it needs. If you are a good one, I think I'll connect you to the SDFC Bank. If they get excited, they'll give you around 20 lakhs rupees of support under CSR fund.
So, Shri Rohan Gadveji, you please get connected with the with Professor Mritunjay sir if you have any further queries, or if you have a proper proposal with it. So, Shri Karan Kapoorji has asked, what are the prerequisites required for travel startup or a startup related to travel and all
Oh,
tourism,
to,
I guess.
tourism. Yeah, good. I think see today at the moment, because of COVID, I
Yeah.
think this is not a good idea. But yes, you can start virtual tourism platform. I want to connect to somebody in, let's say, in Jaipur. Can you build up? People have done it already. I hope you know, when you go to any sort of the Taj Mahal, or maybe the historic places, you put up a video, in your
Yes.
front of your thing, and you realize it's a virtual reality platform where exactly you're going. You can do that, but at the moment, don't get into those business, because the time is not good. However, tourism is a big business. You have to build your strategy how to do it. That's all I can tell you.
Yes, I guess we are done with the questions. To all the participants, I will share the email details of Professor Mritunjay sir with all of you. With this, I again thank Professor Mritunjay sir for explaining us the importance of building environment, culture, and ecosystem. Also, enlightening us with various opportunities of government funding and how to change a challenge into the opportunity through your own experiences. And also encouraging all of us to take this as a career with passion. With this, I again thank Professor Mritunjay sir for taking time to guide us all. And our next session, we will start at 3 p.m. sharp. So with this,
Thank
I
you.
close this session.
Thank you,
Yes,
Kunal. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I think at least some of you start thinking differently. So if you
definitely, sir.
want
Including me.
India is to rise, you also have to rise. Right?
Definitely, sir.
Thank you very much,
Thank you, sir.
and have a
Thank
good
you.
day. Bye
Have a
bye.
nice
Bye
day.
bye.
Bye. Yeah, so I guess all the participants have got the link for marking their attendance. Once that is done, you may please leave the session, and we will meet again maybe 5 minutes earlier to the starting of our next session. That will be given by Ms. Ketki Borkar. That will be specifically on social entrepreneurship. Uh, To all the participants, I will be sharing those who have missed few of the sessions. I will be sharing those links with you once our program is over. So our program is it will end on Friday evening. So maybe till Saturday morning, I will compile all the things and share with those who have missed few of the sessions. Also, if you want the contact details, you can just Google the name of the speaker. You will get each and every information about the contact details. If you still face any difficulty, please let me know over the group or personally over the WhatsApp or call. I will share those details, contact details of various speakers. Those have spoke to us till now. Oh, sorry, Mr. Sandeep Dhamleji. I skipped your by mistake. Yeah. Yeah, I will convey this question to Professor Mritunjay sir. So I'll communicate with you separately, and maybe to all of us, all of you. Okay. Once you are done with marking your attendance, then you may please leave the session and do whatever work you have. We will meet at 3 p.m. sharp. Yes, surely, Mr. Sandeep, be uh, assured about that.
Hello.
Yes, Abhishek.
Hi, Kunal.
Yeah. Uh, I'll be here for next 5 minutes.
Okay.
So you can leave if you want.
Okay. I have sent the attendance link, so I think somebody is asking to repost again, so I'll post it again.
Okay,
So
have you done it? I was also doing the same.
okay.
Okay, done.
Okay. See you at 3.
Bye.
Bye.
Next session time is 3 p.m. today. Okay, if you have marked the attendance, then you may please end the session from your side. Okay, I guess everyone has marked the attendance. With this, I take your permission to end this session. We will meet at 3 p.m. sharp.